and on we'll go through the wastelands.
Hey guys, Alex here, AG Automotive, and welcome back to another one. And behind me today, we've got a 2019 Mercedes-Benz A35 AMG Sedan. So what do you guys reckon? Alright, before we get into it, I just want to do a shout out to Central Coast Motor Group, who were nice enough to let me have a look at this one today, and I'll leave their contact details down below. So we'll start at the front here. You've got the big Mercedes badge there, you've got the nice silver trim piece, and you've got a honeycomb grille, as well as the front camera. And if you have a look there as well, you have AMG. So what do you guys reckon of the front bumper? I think it looks really aggressive. I really like it. You have got the LED headlights and daytime running lights, as well as your sensors there too. But I think it's quite aggressive looking front bar, and yeah, I think it looks awesome. So what do you guys reckon of the sedan? Have you got one? Have you got the basic sedan? Let me know in the comments. So the wheels on the A35 are 19-inch wheels, and they're wrapped in Dunlop rubber, and they do a really good job of road holding and also low noise, which is really good. And then you got things like the turbo 4MATIC as well. Do also have a sunroof, which we'll have a look at when we get in the car shortly. So we come around to the back, you've got these wraparound tail lights LED. I think they look really nice, sort of go from big to small. And you've got the Mercedes badge, AMG there, love those badges, A35. And then if you have a look at the rear bumper, it's sort of a chunky, sporty rear bumper with a rear diffuser and twin exhaust there. It just sort of screams sportiness from every angle. Alright guys, let's go and have a look inside. Alright guys, having a look inside the A35. So here we have, you've got soft leather, you've got some stitching there, you've got some red leather here as well. Nice trim piece, your seat adjustment, and you've got your door adjustment in there, and your window and mirror switches there, and you got some pocket space there as well, also a boot release. Alright, so AMG mats, red and black leather seats. I don't know about that. You got the AMG badge there. That's a cool top of the seat, isn't it? And then you've got a nice steering wheel. It looks like something out of off a racing car or an F1 car or something. Alright, let's jump in and have a look. Alright, here we are. Alrighty, so you have your headlight settings. There's your park brake there, or park button. As you can see, you've got this mood lighting all around there and around the door as well. So, and it goes all around the mood lighting. Have a look at it. It goes all around the car. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the red leather or red and black. I think for me, I'd probably want all black. Same with the door trims. Again, it's not my thing, but yeah. So we come to the dash. So on this side of the wheel, we do have your cruise control, and we've got the menu buttons for in front of you, and this side we do have your audio controls and the menu buttons for the media center, which is over here. So we do have a fair few bits and pieces on the media center there. You can go through them. There's phone, you've got navigation, radio, media, comfort, AMG track pace, which is, it'll find you a racetrack, AMG performance, so you can change how the dials look, things like that, Mercedes Me, and apps and settings as well. Mercedes will ask you, if you say the name, it will actually ask you what you want. So I'll just demonstrate Mercedes. So yeah, that's pretty much that, and there's so much stuff in there. If you do go and have a look at one of these, you can go through, there's massive amounts of bits and pieces there. You do have things like that you can set up, like styles and display. So for example, if I want to go to sport, it'll change the dials to sport. Now again, that's quite a nice one. We'll leave that one there. So the rest of the steering wheel, it's pretty cool. You do have these paddle shifters up and down. It even says up and down on there as well. So here you've got the indicator and the wiper stalk in the one, and then over here you do have the gear selector there, you can see. So if I pop it into reverse, you can see you have a 360-degree camera, and the steering, the lines do work when you turn the steering, which is quite nice. So we'll just go back into park. You can go into reverse and then into drive, and it will show you the front camera there as well. So we'll just go back into park there. So further down again, you've got these aircraft style, or you know, fighter style vents, and you can see they're lit up as well. They've got the ambient lighting in them as well, which is really cool. Further down, dual zone climate control, pretty straightforward. So down here you do have a spot for your phone, and you do have a USB port as well as twin cup holders in there as well. You can actually close that up there, so that looks like that. Further down, you've got this sort of maybe like a mouse pad slash. This is to control the infotainment system, so you can scroll across and hit that if you want. You do have a dynamic range. You can change it on here if you want to. Just leave it on comfort for now. You do have, again, it can actually search for a parking space itself. Again, quite a nice thing to have. You can also go into the car settings there as well. You do have a favorite button, navi and radio media, and you got telephone there too. This is just sort of to hold on to. Now you can adjust the suspension, again, like comfort, sport, or sport plus. And you do have a traction control button as well, which you can access there. So you do have push that, and you do have some USB slots there. You do have a bit of cubby space in there, which is nice. And if you have a look, I'm 6'1", or about 185 centimeters, and I've got plenty of headroom here. And speaking of headroom, there actually is a sunroof as well, quite a big one. So we'll just open that up there. That's just the cover there, and you can see the sunroof does open up there as well, which is really nice to let in a little bit of air, or a little bit of sunshine. So it's pretty cool. So as you can see, I've got plenty of headroom. The sunroof makes it even more, which is really good. Leg room, I've got plenty of, and as you can see, I'm not small. I've got a fair bit of room in here, which is really good. All right, let's jump in the back and have a look how the back is. So door trim wise, same sort of thing. You've got your window switch there, you've got a bit of pocket space there, a bit of ambient lighting. And if we look in here, again we've got black and red leather. You do have the ISOFIX spots there. Alright, let's jump in and have a look. Alright, now this is set up for me, so as you can see, legroom is really not much. Being an A-class, it's very small and my head is just about touching the roof, as you can probably see. Again, it's not the greatest. It does feel a little bit tighter in here, but in saying that, for what it is, you've got the twin cup holders that fold out there. Again, a nice feature. Nice soft armrest there. Like I said, the ISOFIX spots there. You do have the tether points. There's 3 of them, if you do so require. Other than that, you do have some ventilation here, as well as a little bit of storage there and some USB slots, which is really nice. Yeah, you do have a light there as well. Sorry, a hook there. You do have a hook there, comes out, and you do have a light there as well. Then you got one on my side. Alright, well let's go and have a look at the boot and what the boot space is like. Alright guys, let's have a look inside of the boot, the A35. So if you look, boot space isn't actually too bad, to be honest. You can see there, you can pull that down. You can actually, if you have a look here, there's 2 buttons here. If you pull that button there, you can actually have that right the way down. And if we pull that one, we can, so it gives you a bit of an idea of space there. So again, it's reasonable. And underneath we have the carpet there, and if we lift that up, you can see you have an amplifier and a tyre kit for the car, but no spare wheel unfortunately. So yeah. Alright guys, let's go and have a look at what's under the bonnet. Alright guys, let's have a look under the bonnet of the A35. So here we have a 2 litre 4-cylinder turbocharged petrol engine, and it produces 225 kilowatts of power and 400 newton meters of torque, and that's mated to a 7-speed dual clutch transmission. And the 100-kilometre sprint comes up in about 4.7 seconds. Alright guys, let's go for a drive. Alright guys, gonna go for a little drive in the A35 to see what I think. So, first impressions when I get in the car are these seats. They are racing bucket seats, and this steering wheel that looks like it's been taken off the most expensive AMG Mercedes that they have, and it's been put in the A35, which is a nice treat. So comfort wise, the seats are okay. I'd say they're more on the harder side. They are not too bad, but they're more of a harder seat. I'm finding that, and you sort of need that with a car like this. So vision out the front I think is great. Both sides really, really good. The rear vision mirror sits high, so that's really good. Speaking of rear vision, it's okay, not the greatest. Obviously when you're parking, because you've got the sedan, it's really good to have the 360-degree cameras and the sensors there as well, and they work really well. So vision out the sides. Vision out the sides is pretty good, front and back. And the mirrors do an alright job, even though I think might be a little small. They could be a little bit bigger, but they do an alright job. And they do have the curved bits on them, so I'm not a big fan of them, but the rest of it works. we're just cruising in comfort mode. There's a few different modes here, as we saw when we in the earlier video. There's a few modes here that we saw earlier on in the video. We're just in comfort mode at the moment, and it's nice. You got ambient lighting. It's just nice and peaceful. We're doing about 55 k's, and you can listen to the road noise, and it's pretty good actually. It's nice driving this around. Suspension wise, we're just on comfort mode, so it's reasonably comfortable. Obviously you can change the settings. You can go up to Sport Plus if you wanted to, and that just pretty much makes the motor, gives you all the power of the motor. So steering wise, a little bit on the harder side, guys, but it's still nice. Around town it seems to feel alright, but I think on the harder side around town. But you need, because it's a performance car or a sports car, you know, you're gonna get that in cars like this. Otherwise you just opt for the basic A series, you know, the A200 or something like that. If you want a basic, very comfortable little Mercedes, you won't get the performance, however. So. Wow, that's very fast, and the blip down with the throttle when you change gear, and you get the throttle blip and the crackly exhaust. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. See you guys.